I want to thank each and everyone for tuning in today. I'm doing this on YouTube as well as Blog Talk Radio. What took me so long is I was trying to find a certain post I posted yesterday on Facebook, and I'm going to share that with you for just a minute. It's crazy people really need to get a life. I grew up in church and heard the preacher say a million times, if I offend you by telling the truth, so be it. Eventually, it's going to get so bad, everything offends everyone. Our every move will be dictated. The flag offends you. You take programs off TVs and shelves. Seriously, folks, when's enough is enough? When our flag is white? When we live in a black and white world, like Leave It to Beaver was on TV, nothing in color anymore, because everything offends you? I get so tired of seeing this crap. It makes me want to turn off my computer for good, but then I see it on the TVs and radio and hear it on the radios. Things offend people. Everything offends someone. Can't be banned. Everything that offends someone can't be banned. These things that offend me, there's things that offend me. I hate to hear a parent laugh when a 3-year-old can cuss you out, and the parent thinks it's cool. Can I change or ban that? It offends me when I go out in public and see paints all the way down past boxers. Can I stop that? It offends me when I go out in public and see the paints all the way down to the knees. It offends me when I see a woman dressed half naked in the house of God. I think it's disrespectful to the God's house. Maybe I was raised a little bit different, but you don't dress half naked in a church house. Can I ban that? It offends me when a person takes God's name in vain. Can I stop them from speaking it? I do know one place in Virginia now, posted on the internet, that if you speak profanity, it's a $500 fine. It offends me when someone is at a church praying and the preacher ends service. 9 times out of 10, that person gets up, not getting what they prayed for. But can I stop the preacher from doing that? It offends me to see everyone belittled, or anyone belittled, or abused, including not just humans but animals. No one was put on this earth to be verbally or physically abused. Can I fight every person I see that mistreats someone or something? It offends me how people can preach hate, then think that they're on their way to heaven. God is love and not hate. Can I fight everyone who hates? A lot of things offend me, but you don't see me make big campaigns to stop it. Because not everything that offends me offends you. And plus, I don't want to live in a black and white world. We're all different because God created us that way. We ain't all going to see things just alike. I heard a preacher say one time, if I see a verse in the Bible one way and he sees it another way, one of us is going to go to hell. That's not always true, because people can take certain verses in the Bible and see them in different contexts and in different ways. We're all different because God created us that way. We ain't all going to see alike and won't. So just get a freaking life. And that was kind of point blunt, but that's what we all need to do today. We need to get over our insecurities. There's a lot of things going to offend everybody. But everything that offends me is not going to offend you. Dukes of Hazzard's being taken off TV now because it's an icon in the 1980s. Because they had the Confederate flag on, it's caused an uproar. People really need to step back, relax, and realize not all of it's going to be just alike. I loved one post I saw on Facebook last night. This man, I believe he's from West Virginia or somewhere, they want him to take one Confederate flag out of his yard. He said, no way. I bought this land. I own this land. I'm going to do what I want to do. So then he puts up 149 more. Way to go. I don't know who you are. But we don't need to back down as Christians today. So many people say that Obama is the Antichrist. He's not the Antichrist, but he's got the spirit of the Antichrist. The Bible says that many will come, but be not deceived. It's going to get a whole lot worse before it ever gets better. And plus, we've not seen the 7 years of peace. Yeah, the Bible speaks of 7 years of peace. So that's one way that you can tell that he's not the Antichrist. Because when is the last time we have heard of perfect peace? Never. There's always been fighting in Israel. There's always been fighting somewhere. But there's never been perfect peace. When you see about the one world order, then we can talk. But it's going to get a whole lot worse before it ever gets any better. And none of us is going to agree totally on anything. And something will offend each and every person out there today. But like I grew up in church saying this, and I heard preachers say this tons and tons of times. If I step on your toes and I'm doing it in the right way, so be it. If I step on my toes, because sometimes preachers can kind of get back at themselves, say, woe is me, and start looking at your life and want to change what you just spoke about. It's time you make a decision today to get your mind off this world, because nobody's going to be just like you. You are a complete and new individual. The Bible says in the beginning, in Genesis verse 1, said in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. He made light, He made day. He made the man, He made the woman. And He created us in His image. And of course I was paraphrasing. But God knows everything there is to know about you. Jeremiah chapter 1 says He knows. He knows the very intents of our hearts. He knows thee while thou wast still in thy mother's womb. God knows everything about you. But He chose to love you anyways. And there's not one single person on the face of this earth today that cannot be changed, set free, delivered, and set apart. The only difference between a saint and a sinner is the saint decided to make a difference. The saint decided to make a difference while the sinners continue on the same path. Instead of worrying about all the things that offend you, let's worry about reaching someone. Let's try to make an impact on someone's life instead of preaching hate. It's time today you make a decision. Why are we always looking for a fight? There should only be one thing today. And that's God. People say, well, the Confederate flag means hate. What are you doing by your actions? Are you not preaching the same thing? Today's verse can be found in Jeremiah 17:9 and 10. The heart is a deceitful thing above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his doings. God knows our hearts today. God knows if our heart's in the right place or not. You say, well, I'm not doing hate by wanting to get rid of this flag. What's all these posts about then? What's all these posts about on Facebook and Twitter and all these places? What's all these posts about when people say we want it gone because it offends us? We want it gone because it preaches hate. But then when shows goes off the air, when things start happening, when people start putting things in shelves because to satisfy us, what's going to happen? Is it eventually going to come down to the point where we got to ask permission from a judge to do anything, to even speak? because you might be afraid you want to offend somebody. There's things that offend me, people, all the time. Probably the number one worst thing is to see a 3-year-old cuss and the parent think it's funny. What's so funny about a 3-year-old cussing someone out? I don't find it cute. I don't find it amusing. But can I stop every parent from laughing when a son or daughter cusses? Think about it, people. And that was just a small example. But there's many things that offend a lot of people. I was raised that a woman and a man dress respectfully when they go to a church house. Anymore, you pass church houses, you see people half naked. That offends me. Can I walk up to every person that offends me by dressing that way and saying, hey, stop it? Go home and change your clothes? No, because that'd be disrespectful to them. Before you start throwing around what offends you, look at someone else and say, would I offend them? Would I hurt them? Think of others before yourself today.